are going to be exploring our posture. I know. This is a loaded topic. So let's get right into it. Posture is fluid. Posture is based on our movement, not just our standing, static state. But that being said, many of us think of posture as our standing, static state. How are you standing? Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? What does it look like to you? Let's dive in. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves into a position where we think is the most ideal posture-wise. Where do you think you should be in space if somebody were to say, give yourself better posture? Would you be standing like this? Would you be standing like this? Now, most of us would be here, nice and tall, abs engaged, chest out, because this is what we think good posture is. Why can't we stay in this posture for a long time? Because this position is exhausting. It is. You are utilizing and contracting your muscles, all of them. They are not getting any sort of rest. That gets to be very exhausting, which is why you can't stay there for very long. Now, I want you to get into a position where someone might say, you have bad posture. So usually we're going to drop our shoulders, stick our head out, maybe even fall into our hips a little bit more. Just notice what you're feeling here. Are you feeling any pain anywhere? Do you feel kind of compressed? Do you feel lengthened? Does this feel normal for you? This might feel normal for you. And then put yourself back in that good posture position. There's two ways to go about this. One would be to start from that slouched position. The other one would be to start from that really posture, soldier posture, good posture position. One of these is going to resonate more with you than the other. Try them both. See which one you like. You can piece this apart as well and do lower body, upper body, or you can do it all together. So we're going to start in the sitting into our bones, right? We're sitting into our bones. You feel the gravity. Everything feels kind of heavy, whatnot. From here, you will think about if your hips will feel in front of you. When your hips will be in front of you in this position, most likely, what that feels like is more weight on the balls of your feet versus the heels. From here, you're going to shift your hips back, and you should automatically feel not only a release through your joints, like more space has been created. When you shift back, upper body will kind of fall into line too because we're counterbalancing. If it doesn't, and your chest is still here, think about taking your fingers to your sternum or your breastbone and just raising that up. Think about a cog or like gears. So your gear would be here, and you're going to just spin those ribs up a little bit. Head, if it's here, you're going to try your best, because if you're here a lot of the times, this is going to be painful. Try even a millimeter to tuck your chin back a little bit. All right. See how that feels for you? Now we are going to do it the opposite way, where we're using all of our muscles and we're doing big posture. Remember, we did big posture, and then we fell out of it. This time we're going to do big posture. We're going to start at the chest, because this is where I like to start. You can start down at the hips too. Put your hands on your chest and just rotate that breastbone down a little bit. Think about taking your fingers and pushing it down a little bit. Your bottom rib cage will drop a little. Maybe you're still strong and tall in here, knees locked out. From here, your knees are locked out. You're going to think about pushing your hips forward. You'll feel your knees unlock from hyperextended position. Same with the neck, you might be way up here. Again, we're gonna tuck again. See how you feel in this position. You might need to sway back and forth, kind of find center. This is going to feel very awkward. The point is, for this, is to feel the difference between active muscle engagement, conscious active muscle engagement, and a slump. Inactive muscle engagement, if you will. And then subconscious muscle engagement, where you're standing into your muscles but not into your bones. So you will, especially if you have pain in some of these areas, like these key areas like mid-back, hips, when you're doing dishes, when you're standing for a long period of time, we start to get tired from standing because standing is exhausting. When you start to think about moving your hips back and moving your chest down, you will feel some space being created in those areas without tension. That's the goal for what you're feeling, is a little bit of space or a little less tension. Let's go with less tension, because maybe you can't feel space, but less tension. You're not feeling like your muscles are holding on. They actually feel like they're just doing what they're supposed to do, right? Because at the end of the day, posture should be natural. We shouldn't have to consciously think about it all the time, because if we did have to think about it all the time, it gets very exhausting. You should be able to just stand and be in the position that is comfortable for you, which may not be an ideal position according to whoever, but what's comfortable for you and what is not causing you pain. Shifting around, absolutely normal. Feeling the weight of your feet on the ground, in your shoes, whatever it might be, very important. Feeling where your knees are at. Are they locked out? Are you hyperextended? Are they a little too flat or a little more flexed? I'm not going to say too. Are they a little more flexed? Can you find somewhere in the middle? This is your goal. Find somewhere in the middle.